This segment is sponsored by Winning Warrior Krav Maga.
From boosting your health to increasing your confidence, Krav Maga is fitness and defense for the real world. Joining us now to talk more about some of the tactics, Mark Winn, chief instructor and owner of Winning Warrior Krav Maga. Mark, it's great to see you.
Good to see you as well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing really well. You know, we've talked a little bit before, gotten to know you. Anybody maybe who hasn't yet learned what Krav Maga is and what Winning Warrior is all about, can you give us a quick overview?
Absolutely. So Krav Maga was created for the Israeli Defense Forces as their combatives, and in the late 60s, early 70s, when the lead instructors, Emmy Lechenfeld, created civilian organizations that allowed us to spread throughout the world.
So Mark, you have a studio here in town where you're working routinely with clients and students to develop training. You're meeting everybody at every level. We've talked about that before. Today we're diving in a little bit with a couple of points, talking about distances and how that comes into play. Let's start with that.
Absolutely. So when we try to be symptomatic in the way that we discuss everything. So we're going to discuss green zones, red zones, and critical distance. Okay. So one green zone would be the fact that we are at such a distance that we could not injure each other. Another green zone would be the fact that we'd be so tight. If you think about boxing and clinching, if you think about grappling and holding, or if you think about a little kid holding doesn't matter, it could be a toy, it's hard to get that away from them because they have it so close. So the same thing goes for self-defense. If I have you so close that you can't really generate power to strike or hurt me, that can also be a green zone, whether you're standing or on the ground. Critical distance would be that distance that if you do not do something at that moment, you're about to get overrun. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. Red zone is a zone in which you can cause as much damage to me as I can cause to you. So it's very critical to understand where your red zones are, where your green zones are, and where your critical distance is.
And so as you learn that as a student with Winning Warrior, these are easily applied in the moment to reconcile where you are, where you need to be, and maybe any adjustments you might need to make.
Absolutely. It's as simple as, it may not sound so right now, but it's as simple as if you're used to going camping or hiking, you're paying attention to your surroundings. You understand that if there was a snake, you want to keep that snake at a critical distance. If you saw a bear or something of that nature, you want to keep them at a critical distance, or keep them at a green zone distance so that you make sure you don't have a confrontation. But if you are too close, you're going to have to make some additional thought processes that assist you in surviving the event.
So we have about 2 minutes left, Mark. You have another phrase, Kadiva, and let's talk a little bit about what this is and how that comes into play.
Sure. Kadima is very important because it means forward or drive. So if you're not able to continue to attack driving against your opponent, then you're often yielding to your opponent. So we train you how to continuously attack by driving forward. And by driving forward, even if you think that you're going to lose, you're going to give 100% or 110% to give yourself the best chance to survive and go home.
Again, another great philosophy, theory, and practice that you begin to learn so that you can apply this as you're learning more of the Krav Maga practices. And we have Reviz. Is Reviz? Is this?
Yes.
So I'm learning too.
Yes.
These are all these are new concepts to me.
Yes. Hebrew words just to describe, various things. Yeah. But Reviz is continuous attack. So, for example, let's say that you take make a swing at me. I'm not just going to block and punch. Once I start, I'm going to strike. And as I strike, I continue to attack until it's safe to leave. It's not going to be a case where I'm just going to block you and then hit you. It's going to be a continuous rain on you of an attack until it's safe to leave.
Incredible. And I really get the gist that when you are working with your clients and new students that are coming in and practice seasoned students, that this theory all comes together and becomes almost second nature. Mark, it's great seeing you.
Great seeing you as well.
Thank you. We'll share some information so folks interested can learn more. Winning Warrior Krav Maga, located at 4800 C Market Square Lane in Midlothian. You can call 804-620 7761 or visit online kravrva.com. Find out more on Facebook at Winning Warrior Krav Maga. And stay right here, there's still much more Virginia This Morning coming up.